How's it going, everybody? This is Sunaak here, back for the first bonus episode for Pokemon Leaf Green. Now that we actually obtained the national dex, the post-game is opened up to us. And we've seen a total of 138 Pokemon and have 75 owned, which is very cool. So with that being said, we could actually go explore more of the islands that we first ventured with Bill. So let's go ahead and head over to One Island, shall we? Alrighty, here at One Island Pokemon Center where we first met Celio, let's go ahead and talk to him because I'll admit I was off screen trying to prepare for this episode and do all that, but I messed up. And so first, before I already have the item that we need to collect, but I'm gonna go through it as if I didn't do that already. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to pretend I talked to Celio there. But what he's going to do is ask you to go ahead and get him some rare gems, so that way he can actually link up trading to other places outside of the Kanto region. So without further ado, let's go ahead and head out this way, because the first gem that we need to go find is actually in this area. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and head through Kindle Road here. I hope I have some... Oh, crap. I hope I have some... Okay, good. I have some max repels, which is really good. Okay, so I'm going to just run through here. I've already been through here, so that's why a lot of these trainers... I've used this for off-screen training for the Elite Four in the beginning. So that's why a lot of these trainers are... just a heads up, just in case if you guys did want to train for the Elite Four and train up levels here and have a good spot to heal, this is where I did it. And then you can open up the Ember Spa here, or go inside and heal up your Pokemon by going into the spa there. So it's very useful, and I also got quite a bit of money, especially if you have the Amulet coin. This is a good place to grind up your money. Okay, so I'm going to continue sailing north. So here is Mount Ember. This is a mountain here, obviously, located on One Island. And here's a gentleman, if you actually talk to him, he will actually teach you the move Explosion. Luckily for me, this is not a Nuzlocke or anything, so that's why I would totally not be opposed to teaching it, but however, none of my Pokemon can learn it at the moment. But it's an extremely powerful move. And what also happened off screen here was that there were two rocket grunts here previously. And we could have come here the first time we visited the One Island, Two Island, and all those, but I didn't want to explore all this until the post game, as there wasn't really much for us to do yet. So, but here is the correct path to go through Mount Ember, so I can show you how to get the first gemstone that Celio requires. It's a fairly straightforward path. It's not too much it's not too crazy to go through. However, these strength puzzles is if you don't push them a certain way, you'll get stuck super easily. So it's just kind of do that, but don't push it against the wall. Well, you can, but I don't, so I can avoid having to push it again. But anyway, that's how you get through there. Also, while I'm going through these puzzles, what do you all think of the mic quality now? I ended up upgrading to a new microphone, being the Blue Yeti. I wanted to get rid of... Okay, crap, I messed up there. I wanted to get rid of a lot of cables and everything that I have running across my room, and this was one of the reasons why I bought it. And because I've also heard how good the quality is, so I would like for you all to let me know how it sounds down in the comments below. I really appreciate it, because I need to start tinkering around with it and make sure that I get all the settings and everything proper. And here in this fork in the road, you want to head left first, because the way to the right is actually a shortcut to the exit. So, cool. So let's go ahead and head down here. And this was actually pretty interesting, because for some reason in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, they introduced Braille into these games, which is very unique and really weird, because Braille is for people who can't see, unfortunately, and you need to feel it. But reading Braille is kind of hard, because I mean, first of all, I never studied up on it, but it's very interesting. But it kind of translates stuff there. Well, that up there is actually like the kind of like the ABCs of Braille, I guess, so that way you can understand what would be what. But here, apparently, it has something for us here. I'm going to put on screen what this translates to, so that way you guys don't have to try to guess at it for yourselves or anything. But here was actually the first spot where we could find the ruby. I guess you can kind of see where they're going with the the coloring and the games and stuff. So this was what the ruby would look like here. It symbolizes passion, so very unique. So I'm gonna head out to the right side and fly to Celio really quick. Alrighty, back at one island. Let's go ahead and deliver the ruby to Celio and see what else he needs us to do, because we got one of the gemstones that he required. We handed the ruby to Celio. So what's cool, you can actually see him put it in the machine there, which is pretty nice. Thank you, James. You're simply amazing. May I ask for one more giant favor? While I was studying gemstones, I discovered something important. There is another gem that forms a pair with this ruby, and that other gemstone is supposed to be in the Sevi Islands. James, please, I need you to go find the other gem. James, do you have your ferry pass? May I have your ferry pass and the town map? So we got the rainbow pass instead of the tri-pass, and we have an extra page in our town map. So this is his own ferry pass. So he's gonna let us use it to access the rest of the islands, because it's called the Sevi Islands because there are 7 total. So far, we only had access to the first 3, but now with the Rainbow Pass, we can sail to the rest of the islands. So first off, let's go ahead and head to 4 Island, because that was one of the first ones that we can open up to now. I wonder what's here for us. Ah, look who it is. Hey James, what are you doing here in the Sevi Islands? You should quit copying me, you know? Anyways, I already got my Pokemon egg, so I'm done with this island. I bet you don't even know what Pokemon eggs are. You'll never fill your national dex that way. By the way, I saw someone we both know on this island. Why don't you go look around and if it makes you curious? Me, I don't have the time to waste. Be smelling you. Okay, rude. Don't know why you're impeding on my searches here, but anyway, on this island it actually introduces the Pokemon breeder. We've already, or like a kind of a daycare as well, but this one's a little bit more in depth and actually has, you can actually form Pokemon eggs here or have Pokemon hatch eggs, and that's not what I meant to say. This is where you can have Pokemon lay eggs, and this is where you can breed and start building Pokemon up for competitive battling. I won't be going into this because it is such a detailed and very, very deep topic, but eventually I probably will if you guys would like a guide of some sorts. But anyway, for now, I won't be going too much into it. I'm gonna buy some more repels because I was running a bit low. But anyway, this island, supposedly Blue says that there's someone that we know here, and there's a mailbox here. So this is Lorelei's house. So this is actually the place where Lorelei actually lived and was raised, which is actually pretty cool because in the normal games, Red and Blue, they don't actually have this portion of the game for you guys. So it's basically, they don't have too much depth of character for anyone other than Blue and Professor Oak and all of those. But in this one, they actually decided to give Lorelei some character development, which is pretty interesting. But let's go ahead and see what's here. We have another cavern. The Icefall Cave. So this is kind of reminds me a little bit of the Seafoam Islands. This place is not long by any means, but unfortunately we can't climb up that yet. But here is another entrance where we actually need to go through. And if you guys have played Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, you guys might kind of remember these little ice puzzles where if you see the crack and then you go over it again a second time, you will actually break the ice and you'll fall under. So that's pretty cool. I think there was an item down that way. I'm not too sure, but I'll make sure to go double check. But you want to climb up this ladder first, and then you I think it's here. If I'm going based off of memory here. Okay, so this is how you get this item. So we got the Never Melt Ice, which is pretty good. We can actually raise the power of ice moves that way. So, okay, we're gonna have to go back up to the second tile of ice here. Okay, so I think you want to do this, and then straight down. Yeah, so we're good here. Then go over this way. Cool, we got another full restore, which is nice. Very handy. I have a lot of them in my bag anyway. So, we got HMO7 for waterfall. So we have our way to actually scale that waterfall that was next door. So I'm going to teach that to Poseidon, as he is my only Pokemon that can learn that move. It kind of sucks getting rid of another move for another HM move, but it's alright. We're at the post game anyway, and we can remove it easily with the move deleter. I want to get rid of Hydro Pump because I would hate to have 3 water moves and completely get rid of Poseidon's type coverage. So, I mean, that's fine. At least Waterfall's still special in this game and can still cause some pretty good damage. And I think it still flinches in this gen, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, without further delay, let's go ahead and climb this waterfall to see what it's hiding for us. Very nice. Okay, cool. So we have another little entrance here for us. I wonder what they're hiding here. Oh, okay, so this was the first area that we've been to already. It's just that we couldn't access this cave yet. Hey, look who it is. Keep your filthy hands off the Pokemon in the cave. Do as I say or you'll have to answer to. Ah, shut it, lady. Leave us be. Don't let your glasses get all steamed up. James, what are you doing here? No, we can't. We can catch up later. Right now I need your help. Help me kick these poachers out before they do anything else. They've been catching Pokemon here and selling them off. Are you ready? You can take that one, please. Okay, so we got some rocket grunts here. Basically, this is where they've been catching all their Pokemon and selling them off, apparently. But it's weird because even though we've already defeated Giovanni and everything, they're still kind of continuing the operations. So this kind of gives you a little bit of knowledge of how the game's set up for the second generation, which is pretty cool. But anyway, you're gonna see that we're severely over leveled, which kind of sucks because we're gonna breeze through this. But I mean, then again, they are just rocket grunts and everything, but I guess they never train. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go through this like nothing because Knuckles is a beast and they're severely under leveled anyway, so. Okay, and then last but not least, he's gonna send out a Golbat, which is kind of, you know, the Pokemon that he should have been using this whole time, but anyway, I digress. And also, I'm gonna make notice that since you guys have, since we have the national dex now, any of the Pokemon that, for example, I'm gonna use Golbat as an example. That Pokemon evolves fully into a Crobat by friendship. And so if you have the national dex, or if you've been playing the game with a Golbat and it hasn't been able to evolve, but you've been seeing that it wants to, it will now be able to fully evolve into the Crobat now that you have a national dex. Huh, so despicably weak. You, tell me, where have you been taking the captured Pokemon? I'm smashing your ring once and for all. No way, I'm not telling you that. If you won't confess, we'll deep freeze you. My Lapras is furious for what you've done to its friends. Go, Lapras, Ice Beam! Oh, okay, I'll talk. The Pokemon are in the Pokemon warehouse and the Rocket Warehouse on 5 Island. There, I said it. We'll be going now. But I doubt you'll even make it to the warehouse. And there they go, scaring off like cockroaches. James, thank you, but this is awful. I was born and raised here on these islands. I had no idea that those horrible criminals were loose here. And I think that's all she says, but now we actually have our next objective. But another fun fact, this is actually where you can get more Lapras, just in case if you wanted to get another one for breeding purposes and everything too. So just to make note of that, which is very nice. Okay, so there's really not much left to do here in the Icefall Cavern or Icefall Caves here. So let's just go ahead and leave. Alrighty guys, and with that, we actually have our next objective that I want to go ahead and take care of in the next bonus episode, because there is quite a bit to do involving Team Rocket and everything, and I want to go ahead and tackle the warehouse in the next episode. So, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode so we can see what Team Rocket's up to. See you all then.